Did you know Coca-Cola once made a promise so ambitious, it seemed almost impossible? During the chaos of World War II, Coca-Cola boldly vowed to deliver an ice-cold Coke to every US soldier, no matter where they were in the world, and for just 5 cents. Think about that, every battlefield, every remote island, every war zone. How did they manage such an incredible feat? And why did a soda company make such a promise in the first place? Stick around as we dive into the untold story behind one of the most extraordinary marketing decisions in history. And before we jump in, hit that subscribe button because you don't want to miss fascinating stories like this. Let's get started. This story begins in the early 1940s when World War II was raging across the globe. Coca-Cola wasn't just a beverage, it was already becoming a symbol of America. But during the war, Coca-Cola wasn't just selling soda, they were selling an idea. The promise of home, comfort, and normalcy in a world turned upside down. And they weren't content with just talking about these values, they decided to live them. The bold promise was made in 1941 by Coca-Cola's president at the time, Robert Woodruff. He declared that every American serviceman should be able to enjoy a Coke for just a nickel, no matter where in the world they were stationed, and no matter how much it cost the company to make it happen. This wasn't just a business strategy, it was a morale-boosting mission. Coca-Cola understood that an ice-cold Coke wasn't just a drink, it was a taste of home. But how do you even begin to achieve something so massive during a world war? This is where things get fascinating. Coca-Cola worked directly with the US War Department to make this dream a reality. They were given a special exemption to continue producing sugar-heavy beverages during wartime rationing, something that most companies could only dream of. In return, Coca-Cola set up bottling plants near military bases around the world, ensuring that fresh Cokes could be supplied to troops. These bottling plants weren't just about making soda, they became logistical hubs, employing thousands of locals in the process. Coca-Cola's engineers were dispatched to the most remote and dangerous locations to build these plants. They worked tirelessly, often under the threat of air raids and bombings, to ensure the promise was kept. They even created portable soda fountains that could be transported to the front lines. By the end of the war, over 5 billion bottles of Coke had been distributed to soldiers, all for that magical price of a nickel. But this wasn't just a feel-good story for the troops. It was a stroke of marketing genius. Coca-Cola wasn't just keeping soldiers happy, it was creating lifelong customers. For many soldiers, their first experience with Coca-Cola happened during the war. When they returned home, the brand loyalty was already cemented. And let's not forget the global impact. By building bottling plants in far-flung countries, Coca-Cola effectively introduced itself to new markets around the world. Countries that had never heard of Coke now had their first taste, and the brand was ready to expand as soon as the war ended. This story is more than just about soda, it's about a brand understanding the power of connection, loyalty, and seizing the moment. Coca-Cola didn't just promise a nickel Coke, they delivered a slice of home to millions of soldiers when they needed it most. And in doing so, they didn't just win the war for soldiers' hearts, they built an empire. So, what do you think? Would you call this a brilliant business move or a heartwarming gesture of goodwill? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed learning about this incredible story, don't forget to like, share, and of course, subscribe for more fascinating tales like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.